Hey there, my fellow anglers and fishing fanatics. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the waters of Ireland to bring you a comprehensive fishing forecast for Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. Now, I know what you're thinking. February in Ireland, that sounds cold. And you wouldn't be wrong, my friends, but this particular day is shaping up to be quite intriguing for those willing to brave the chill. Why, you ask? Well, we've got a waning gibbous moon, stable low temperatures, and the fish, though sluggish, might just be preparing for some pre-spawn action. So, stick around, because I'm going to tell you exactly how to make the most of this winter fishing opportunity, where to find your targets and what baits to use. Let's talk tactics for some of Ireland's winter warriors. First up, we've got the magnificent pike. February is a crucial month for these apex predators. They're starting to think about spawning, which usually kicks off between February and April. This means the bigger fish are often gorging themselves before the big event. Where to find them? Focus on the shallower margins of rivers and lakes, especially those areas with plenty of submerged vegetation or reeds where they'll eventually lay their eggs, and where bait fish might be congregating for cover in the cold. Look for drop-offs and features close to these potential spawning grounds. For tackle, a medium to heavy spinning rod is ideal. My go-to lures in these conditions are larger soft plastic shags or jerk baits, retrieved slowly. Think natural colors, perhaps a dull green or brown. Remember, pike are conserving energy, so a slow, deliberate retrieve is key. And a quick tip. Live bait is prohibited here, so dead baiting with mackerel or sprats, presented under a float or on a trace near the bottom, can be incredibly effective, especially around midday when the water might be at its warmest. Next, let's talk about our trusty coarse fish, particularly perch and roach. These guys are active all year round, and while their metabolism slows in the cold, they can still be caught. Where to search? Look for deeper holes, channel edges, and any areas where water flow is minimal, offering them refuge from currents and predators. Marinas, canal sections, and slower stretches of rivers can be gold mines. For perch, a light spinning rod with small jig heads, perhaps 2 to 5 grams, tipped with tiny soft plastics or even a small worm, worked slowly along the bottom, can entice a bite. For roach, a float rod or light feeder setup with maggot, worm, or corn on the hook will do the trick. A little ground bait to draw them in, but not too much, as they won't feed aggressively in the cold. Remember to keep your presentation delicate and your bait small, as their bites will be shy. These species are perfect for a relaxing winter session. Now for the nitty-gritty, the conditions themselves. The general weather outlook for February 4th, 2026 in Ireland suggests a typical winter's day. We're looking at average temperatures in the region of 5 to 6 degrees Celsius or around 42 to 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Daytime highs might reach 8 to 9 degrees Celsius, with nights dropping to 3 or 4 degrees. Expect it to be cool and quite wet, with the chance of frequent rainfall. The wind will likely be moderate, around 20 kilometers per hour. Atmospheric pressure is expected to be changeable, which can make fish a bit finicky, my friends. What does this mean for the fish? Colder temperatures generally slow their metabolism, making them less active and more reluctant to chase fast-moving baits. A steady but cool temperature without drastic drops is better than a sharp, cold snap. Water temperature in Ireland's loughs and rivers during early February will be hovering around 7 to 10 degrees Celsius or 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. This cold water means fish are lethargic. They're not expending much energy, so they'll be seeking out comfort zones, deeper areas, sheltered spots, or places where the temperature might be marginally warmer, even by a degree or two. And the moon, that mysterious influencer of our tides and fishy friends. On February 4th, 2026 will have a waning gibbous moon, illuminated at roughly 87 to 94%. While there are many old fishing tales about moon phases, a waning gibbous period often suggests a somewhat decreasing activity level from the full moon, but it can still be productive, especially during dawn or dusk. My personal experience says that steady conditions, regardless of the moon, are often more important in winter. So what's the overall fishing outlook for February 4th, 2026 in Ireland? I'd rate the general bite as medium to slightly capricious. The cold, damp conditions and sluggish fish metabolism mean it won't be a day for breaking records easily, but with the right approach, patience, and a focus on pike and coarse fish, you can absolutely have a rewarding day. The pre-spawn activity of pike offers a real chance for a specimen, and the ever-present coarse fish provide consistent sport if you adjust your tactics. Just remember, brown trout season isn't fully open yet, so do check local regulations carefully. All right, my friends, that's your forecast for the 4th of February. I hope this gives you some valuable insights for your next Irish fishing adventure. Remember to dress warm, stay safe, and be respectful of the water. Until next time, tight lines, and ni neart go cur lachel, no strength without unity. If you enjoyed this forecast, please hit that like button, subscribe for more fishing wisdom, and let me know in the comments below. What are your favourite winter fishing targets in Ireland, and what are your secret cold weather tactics? Your tips help the whole community.